I totally just pressed the button before I need to sneeze. Hey, chat.
Hello.
Oh, gosh. Okay, all right. All right, we are back. And I believe we were going shopping.
Yes. Which is a challenge in the Republic.
Yeah. Especially because you don't have money.
Nope. None's of that stuff.
How does money work in the Republic?
I mean, like it's assumed that you have that, like you would roll to like see if you have money for a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have it and we don't. Like,
yeah,
we have loose change, but what Shoddy's looking for is definitely not something I think any of us could afford. With whatever.
Yeah, money's just fictional positioning system wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
That said, Shoddy's words of encouragement to Risa, and if he's willing to come with us, Pyros, is that I hold a letter of invitation from the Dracon Poulos, and surely she's saying this as much to convince you as it was to convince herself. Surely every merchant worth their salt will want their wares on display at this gala.
At the event of the season. Exactly.
I'm so excited for you to try and tell someone to give you an address for exposure.
Yeah, exactly. That goes against, like, as a publisher, this goes against but like, fuck you, pay them is my mantra, right? Like I don't care what you think is going to help them, fuck you, pay them. And so this is so antithetical to me and awful. And yet,
here we are.
That's her take.
Do we need to play out the conversation, or do you want to skip ahead to the shopping?
I'm happy to skip ahead, but if people would be like, I would never go try that. That seems ridiculous.
Pyros will grudgingly come along because he does everything grudgingly.
Yeah.
That sounds
because good. He is a curmudgeon.
Yes. When Risa is going, are they wearing their normal attire, or are they going to try out? Are you envisioning wearing the uniform, waiting until the gala to wear the uniform, or you envision wearing it out on this like first jaunt, as like a test drive, like to try it out?
That's a good question.
Because I could go either way. If you were to wear it out, I would refer to you. I would say, you told me to bring my husband back and act.
I think that's a good plan, because then we can test how good.
Yes, right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When Pyros became was stripped of citizenry, normally they would take away your the arm ring that shows that you're a citizen, unless Pyros actively hid it or something like that.
I think that would be an armament if I still had it.
Yeah, if you still had it, that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, you don't.
I'm down with him keeping a lot of. He was more attached to his status as a soldier than his status as a citizen. I think.
Yeah.
That's what meant more to him, which is why he still has his sword and stuff. So.
Yep. Cool. So yeah, Risa doesn't have a citizen's armband, right? To say that this man is, all the thing, healthy and straight and of pure Republican blood.
Yep. Well, we're just hoping that he overlooks that particular bit.
Huh.
I mean, that's why we're testing it out, right?
You probably just got a gay husband. That's probably it.
That's what's different about Rise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we cut to the market. I think there are there's a dog and a cat wrestling over the scraps from a very fine butcher that has been oh my god. Oh my god, Anya. Yeah, there's like a dog and a cat like wrestling over like some scraps from like a butcher that specializes in like specifically like specific salts and marinades of their meats and things. And then like there's all of these brightly colored different like silks and things, and there's probably there's someone selling gear that would have previously like trying to pawn off gear that would have previously been used for like chaining up slaves and things, but that's no longer like, you know,
that's not in vogue anymore.
That's not in vogue anymore. So it's like, this is, you could use this great cattle harness, you know,
right? Just like, to yoke your animals.
Yeah, it's like
this very small cattle harness.
Exactly. Yeah. And like, so yeah, I think he's ringing a cowbell and like yelling at the top of his lungs to try and like get people to come and buy his like bullshit like chains and stuff. But yeah, the dress merchant is there, and like he's harassing some poor old woman who's like clearly trying to like talk to the person in the store next to them, of like some kind of like apothecary, but he keep like, but because she's like wealthy looking, he's just being like these beautiful fabrics would enhance your natural beauty 1,000-fold, madam. Please, and he keeps dropping things like, you know, like you're so respectable, or like they would restore your former glory, like things that he thinks are gonna be like really flattering, but are actually like really shitty to say.
It's like catcalling. It's like, yeah, I'm complimenting you.
Yeah, exactly.
Super disgusting, not compliment anyway.
Yeah, because it doesn't occur to him that saying things like your former, like the beauty of your youth would not be a compliment, because he's an idiot.
Yep. He's our idiot. Did I catch his name last time?
I don't think we did. I'm going to name him now.
Let's name this. I feel like this character suddenly became like part of the cast.
Yep. Darian Nicolaides. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Darian.
Yeah, I'll put that in here. That's a great name. Darian Nicolaides. Oh, Nico, not Nock. Nicolaides. Cool. Yeah, so, it's like Nicolaides fine, what's the word for like...
Textiles?
Yeah, Nicolaides finest textiles is the like wooden painted sign that he has above his
and little, luckily, since we're all literate, it's part of it should be written out.
But yeah, he's currently like distracted. Yeah.
I'd like to position ourselves. I'd like to kind of not sneak in, but move in sort of subtly enough that when he finally like gives up and like turns back, we're like standing right there. Like he's like turning to his side and being like, "Oh man," da, da, da. And then when he looks back forward, you know, we're right in front of his stall.
Yeah, right. Do you want to make that a roll, or do you want to just because if you want it to have if you want it to have an important outcome, then it'll be a roll. But if you want it to just be like, if you want him to be off like on a back foot, then that's a roll.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. This is sort of a setup action, as it were, to like. To catch him off guard, so that he's just kind of his first reaction is perhaps to be backpedaling.
Yeah. So the question is, are you like striking at like the initiative, or are you avoiding him seeing you?
I was. Well, that's a good question. I was envisioning it as avoiding him was avoiding his view, but
it could be avoiding his view or striking at his personal space, right? It could be either of those.
I'm
Right.
terrible at striking, but I actually think striking is personal space. Actually, it's at least it sounds a little bit
I
closer to
think
what
it's a stronger fictional position.
Yeah.
To go for. Certainly.
Does anyone else want to join me in this? Because I'm really bad at.
I can certainly help.
It's only 2 successes required. Just like.
Yeah, I don't feel like Pyros is able to help with this, but y'all can go ahead.
Like the idea of Pyros sneaking, like the visual image, is a little bit humorous to me.
Self is okay at striking.
Yes,
Actually,
it is.
Do armaments go away?
No,
I can't remember.
they only go away when they're fictional. When they're lost fictionally.
Okay, I am going to use seen but not heard then.
Yes.
yeah.
That's like just another body in the market.
Right. Until you suddenly stand to face him, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds great. Cool.
All right.
So you got one from seen but not heard.
All right, and it looks like you also. Oh,
No, that's that one because it's a
right.
it's an armament.
Yep. And I'm gonna go ahead and reduce that. I'm going to bend now because I think it makes sense. I'm using self, which is to just sort of have this sort of imperious gaze when I spot him. That is almost unnaturally regal, and almost unnaturally like a sign of importance.
Awesome.
So, and in terms of like what the verbal or the somatic components for that is, Shadi like pushes her hands through her hair and like kind of puts her hair back in a slightly more severe pose than it normally is, and like when she's doing it you can kind of see it like weaving itself into like a tight knot almost between her fingers, like she's not actually doing this doing this weaving. It's sort of it's bending as it's going along behind it.
That's cool. I love it.
So let's see how striking works. Oh, cool.
Hey, excellent. Good job.
It worked pretty well. Only one self lost.
He makes an unmasculine yelp as he turns around, and then like covers his mouth and is like, "Sorry, I didn't see you there. You've and like he's like he clicks on that it's the same person,
right,
and like you can see he's just like trying to get his thoughts in order."
Right. And I kind of like don't want to give him the opportunity to. I'm like, yes, Madame Dominus has returned Sorry.
I think as you stumble over your first word and Rise steps forward.
Nice. Yes.
And says, yes, well, obviously, since you were so rude to my wife before, I came back to see what sort of a man would do that.
Yeah, right, cool. You want to strike him?
Oh, I dig it.
Because you're striking at his masculinity, like, devastatingly.
Right.
Yeah. Do you want
because if you pick on a woman as oh god, it's toxic and gross. Use the system against them.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If you can get 3 successes on a strike, I'm going to give you he's going to just do whatever the fuck you want. Because he's not, a big important... he's not an NPC. I haven't, given him stats.
Right.
He's not like a pillar or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I can just pull this guy over.
If you can get 3, you own this conversation.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
but you mean now after in the current
after
fictional
that first
position, right?
one, yeah.
Okay, got it. Right.
Because you've already established that you've got the first step, and and it doesn't sound like you're trying to.
We have him on the back foot.
And it doesn't sound like you're trying to build a rapport or create a bargain. You're trying to be like, no, you fucked up. Give me what I want.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Sweet.
So.
Yeah.
And I would like to roll the invitation as an armament.
100%. Yes.
I think as I slide that forward, be like, we're giving you an opportunity. Right? Like, which is ridiculous. It's terrible, but
yes. That sounds like it definitely. Holy shit!
Oh my god!
There's my roll.
There you go.
Wow. Yep. That's.
I want to roll this.
And the fate.
And the fate. Station.
Yeah. Only
I didn't even have to bring in. I didn't even have to bring in my armament of Rise.
Okay, but you need to tell me how you're bending fire to help with this, because because my question here is about if you're firebending and you're not, what does that look like in fiction, because you're in the middle of a public space,
right? Yeah.
I mean, you've got it anyway, even without the bending. So, if you want to be oh no, I wasn't bending, that's fine. I'll let you, because you've got it. Anyway.
No. As Shoddy pushes forward,
I'm fucking bending for sure.
I'm doing this. As Shoddy puts forward the invitation, it simply the gold envelope that it's in, it's still in the envelope. The gold envelope that it's in, ignites, and just the invitation that's inside of the envelope is left.
Yeah, right, legit.
Yeah, right. Because you're posing as a citizen, so you can do this, right?
Yeah.
You're
yeah, you don't technically have your armband on, so there's a question here. You're not carrying your license and registration, but
right. But is he going to check that?
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's the question. And the answer is no, he's not going to do shit. Because you have, 7 successes against 3?
Yeah.
So he can get fucked. Yeah, he's sir, I am very humbly sorry. I did not realize that you're, and he does the thing of accidentally shafting Shardy with I did not realize that your wife looked so humble that I did not realize that she would be blah 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 blah, and is as
soon as he starts going, your wife, and I'm like, what is it about my wife?
He's she's such a exotic beauty. I did not I did not fully understand who she to whom she was connected. He's if there's anything that I can do to make up for this, I could offer you a discount. And then at this point Shardy's like an opportunity, and he's and he's oh, thank you so much for doing this thing,
for giving him the opportunity.
Nice. Because far out.
Thank you, Maxim. This NPC must be earthbending because he keeps digging himself deeper and deeper.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You have your pick of the dresses in the store. You can go through and be do I want something that is the traditional blue and gold? Do I want something that elicits something else? Consider it do you because the question here is, what kind of dress do you think you want to be wearing to this event?
Yeah, right.
To something for Nicolaides specific, something for Poulos specifically. Yeah.
Without turning this too much into the shopping role-playing game.
Yeah.
I think I mean, when he's yes, take your pick, Shoddy kind of indulges in what she remembers from her former life, and she makes him have his people dress her in several different things to try them all. Like she doesn't
Yes.
she really takes her
have the
time with it a
montage.
little bit. Like I'll try this, I'll try that. But it's also so that she can get Risa and Pyrrhus's opinions on it, and she ultimately.
I completely forgot that Pyrrhus was there.
Yeah.
Pyrrhus is just turning, like, is just blushing more and more, and also is like looking at Risa like, damn, they're super badass, and like,
Yeah.
honestly, it's making Pyrrhus a little bummed out
Oh.
because
He doesn't feel needed.
Risa is doing a better job at being him than he could ever have done, or like being this like perfect image of a soldier, and then gets to like have Shadi on their arm, and Shadi is like looking increasingly gorgeous in all these new clothes and stuff, and Pyrrhus is just like in the back blushing furiously and
Right.
being grumpy. Going to the man place
Going to the man place
because they got all these feelings off.
and still missing the
Are you
booze.
turning the man key?
All right.
He doesn't have any liquor, so yeah, no, he's just like is being grumpy.
We'll lick the merchandise just because you can.
All right. So here's what I'm doing mechanically. You have fictional positioning of like you can have a dress that is going to be appropriate and no one's going to call anything out on it. If you want it to be an armament, I want an observe roll to like pick the right dress. If that makes sense. And I probably only want 2 for that because you've got this guy in your pocket. He'll help.
Yeah. Right.
Well, this is where I can pitch in because observe is self, right?
Yeah.
Self and yeah.
This is really good at knowing which dress you look the best in.
Nice.
So
yeah. So just to rub it in, when Pyrrhus is sitting there blushing, right? God, Shadi. It's Keeters. I have the way my screen is positioned. The very center of my screen on Twitch is your thing. So I keep looking at the screen and seeing Risa. Like it just keeps like stabbing me in the eye. So anyway, that's why I apologize. I keep calling myself Risa. It's not intentional. But Shadi definitely, when Pyrrhus is standing back there looking beat red, is like, Pyrrhus, what do you think? And certainly wants.
Yeah, so you keep forcing him to participate.
Yep.
And he like will turn red and be like, that one's very nice. Like, why take me here? Like, between being grumpy about it, he will like acknowledge which ones are really good, or like which ones suit you best. Yeah,
I think there's an important decision to make though that Ashley you're mentioning is do we want a dress that will be not that will look the part of a good citizen or she technically can't ever be a citizen, of a good subject, of a good citizen's wife, or do we want a dress that will be striking and stand out? Like I feel like that's kind of the space to vacillate.
I mean, like, if you want one that will make you look imposing, if you want one that will make you look sexy, if you want one that will make you look like moneyed, like that you can.
Yeah, what's the angle here?
As Ash said, mechanically, what this is doing, this roll allows you to make the dress an armament.
Yeah.
Without this roll, you're just getting the appropriate dress.
Right. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like of all the adjectives described thus far, I'm kind of fond of imposing. I would like something that is a little over the top and a little ostentatious, because A, it seems like it could get us into more fun trouble, and B, I'm thinking about what Shadi is hoping to actually get out of this gala, both for herself and for others. And it's more than just going to a gala and being seen. It's making a potential ally of Dracon and of like really getting somebody that has privilege and power to want to help us. And so I think her agenda is going to be at the end of this to befriend Dracon and some way that will compel him to want to help all of us. So that's the important thing here. Is it's not what everybody else thinks; it's what he thinks. Because he is not as bought into the status quo as everybody else is, because he hasn't been here for a long time.
And it makes sense. It makes sense that Shadi would be like, let's get someone who is like an member of the like elite to help us try and like, deal with them.
I'm looking for an ally. And so without being too like Disney fairy tale about it, I want the dress that's going to stand out. Like I want the one that's going to be like, whoa, who's that?
Yeah, sounds great. Excellent. Yeah.
Cool.
In which case, there will need to be 2 observed successes to find the dress. So
nice.
whoever is rolling for that.
Well, I will pitch in. I'll roll 2 dice.
Yeah, I will roll as well, because I think we're both doing it. And at least I know the first like 2 or 3 dresses, Shadi immediately rejects, because she's like, no, I want it to be a dress you would never forget me in. And like when Piros is like, yeah, it looks so respectable and fine, and it looks good, and
because he knows because he sees people come to the memorial a lot. So he knows what's like the latest fashion for wealthier people and stuff. So, but then here's
like visiting the memorial is totally a social thing. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
That's disgusting. Sure. I love it.
Yeah, so, or like the wives of higher ranking military officials and stuff.
Yeah, but they get dressed up for it, and then they probably go and have tea afterwards.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right.
They have tea in the field.
Here's what I propose to you, Ash. I'm rolling 2 self dice. I am also going to leverage, once again, memories of my past, because I've been to where Shadi comes from.
Yep.
And so Piros thinks back to like the way that those folks dressed before they were colonized, and the ways in which the like women of that place were beautiful.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And tries to spots some detail or some thing that's gonna like suit Shadi and make her stick out and indicate her heritage in a way that
if you're pulling in that campaign, then I'll allow it. If you were just saying like my memories of my past because I was like a citizen once, then I would have been like, nah.
No. Yeah. This is because it's about like her people and what makes them beautiful. Right. Because I'm always thinking of Piros as having that kind of like weird, shame-ridden love of the place that he went and conquered.
Yeah, that and
he spent time,
right? Like
and he spent time among the people and all this kind of shit. So
no, that makes
that's
sense.
where I'm coming from.
Yeah, that makes sense a lot.
I get you your 2 successes, and my memories of the past get you another success.
Nice.
all about making you be as beautiful as possible, apparently. I love all of that. I think that's great. I also want to bring, and I don't think we need it success-wise, but I want to bring in, because you are... Sorry?
Pyros also got a success from the Fates.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, nice. So we've got 4 successes.
You're like...
I'm going to bring in my armament of knowledge of being conquered, because I'm going to say, if this is reasonable, that Dracon and Adonis and Pyros were all on this campaign.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Dracon and Adonis are both officers. They're both sort of contemporary. And I think I want to say that. And Andrew, tell me if this is okay with you, because I feel like you've been alluding to this for a while. I think I want to say that Shadi was meant to be Pyros' wife and was taken by Adonis as pulling rank.
I had not been going there, but sure, great.
That's amazing, and I love it.
I'm flipping a coin for that to say that this is even worse than we thought it was.
Yeah.
Which was like... I don't know if Shadi knows this, but like you were told, like, yep, you get your pick, of wives, and then you had chosen her, and then Adonis was like, nope, that one's mine. Sorry, you got your pick of anyone, but I get to
anyone else,
right? I mean that's a lot to say about your character, but if that seems,
I mean, I like the idea that like you'd been like it might not have been like wife picking. It might have been like just like you had been like seeing this woman around. And then Adonis.
Yeah, like he fancied her, and then one of the.
Yeah, right. I think that's actually even better. Not that you were going to like take her as your property, but that you considered making an overture earlier, and before you had a chance to, Adonis was like, "Yep, I'm taking that one as mine."
Yeah.
Cool.
That's some bullshit. I love it.
That's
so you're telling me that this one fire die I have is my old flame?
Oh,
that is what I'm telling you. Yeah. And I don't need to make the roll, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. You also said that you were going to invest themselves, so I do need you to roll those in case they get exhausted.
Yes. Roll one of those.
Because they all get rolled as a group.
And this is observe. Here. Right.
Yes.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, you get it. You don't lose yourself for.
And we're gonna go even one more with the armor.
Hey,
okay, wow,
excellent.
So we have all the successes.
So many successes. Yeah.
I think we get a really good dress.
Yeah, you get a really good dress. You get the dress. I feel like what it is, what the extra successes are, is you like. There are two dresses, right? That you're like. This is amazing, but also but there's this other element of this other dress, and I think, and like you're having this discussion, and then like I think Pyros is like, it would be better if this dress had the collar from that dress, and Rice is like, fix this, like make this adjustment to the dress, like. And it's like, oh yes, of course. I can't believe I was so foolish when I made it that I didn't put that collar on it or whatever. And it's like, yeah, you've got the perfect dress. Cool. I will let y'all work out what you think that looks like. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm looking at Iranian women's fashion. Unfortunately, it's contemporary, so I'm gonna have to dig around for some more period type stuff.
Yeah.
But
Goddamn ink.
The dress that plunges the room into civil war over whether it's white and gold or blue and black. That's amazing.
Yes.
Tell me, what color is this dress? Is it blue and gold or is it
dress
black
is blue
and red?
and gold and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. That's so good.
Too good.
Yeah, the like gold is a gold that could be perceived as red in the wrong light, and the blue is a
right.
Perceived.
Yeah, I like the idea that it has a weird sheen to it that comes off as different colors depending on the way the light falls on it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I like let's go with that, right? Like it can be blue or black, or it can blue and gold, or it can be kind of red and black. Because that specifically like calls out the like position that Dracon is in, like in that he is still he would still be reminiscent of the like. He'd still be like reminiscing about the
back in the old days when we could just take wives.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah, that's great.
Now there's some form of legal courting.
And all of this is because Shadi is holding on to the hope that like Dracon is not complete tool face. Like there's no evidence to that. It's just a hope. Right.
Yep. Yeah. Cool.
I just kind of realized that this post-revolution society that we're living in is like the aftermath of another game of the Republic.
Right.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
just
exactly.
played by a very different group of people.
Yeah.
Right, where they're like, we won, we fixed it all.
Yeah, we fixed it all. Oh.
Yeah. So...
Talk about making it sad.
Yeah, right. We've got this. So we've got this amazing dress. You both look. You both are capable now of like looking fly as fuck. Don't forget to add your armament that is the dress, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, what do you want to do in the interceding time? Do you want to jump ahead to the party, or is there something else we want to see?
I could go to the party, but I also feel like this has been a pretty
it's been a pretty shoddy heavy episode. I would like to see something with Pyros and Risa independently. Do either of you have like thoughts about that? Because like I like, what is it like? Is it just another meal delivery, or is it something more interesting than that? Like, where do we?
There's sort of an unaddressed issue between the two of them, which was the whole vandalizing that that Risa did and kind of left Pyros like to clean up, and they talked about it. Yeah, that's true. They talked about it last session.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So I'm wondering if there's like maybe some like if like it's not a thing of like maybe some additional like it could be to do with Pyros's like Pyros being in the soup kitchen for like getting some physical therapy. It could be to do with like maybe Risa needs, like Pyros thinks Risa needs a little bit more.
I was gonna say we could have a scene
of like
maybe a scene pretty close to directly after the dress shopping, where it's like
thinking,
where it's like Pyros debriefing.
Yeah, I kind of like that because I like the idea that Pyros is like, oh wow, that person so like did such a good job of like being manly. I should probably like try and teach them to be manly because, you know, obviously I feel threatened or something.
But really, you see how you were doing it all.
Yeah. So like I think we're back at like I think we I like the idea that we take this beautiful dress and then go back to Pyros's shit house apartment. Like or like Shadi goes and does something else.
Well, I mean, like Risa takes the dress and then I wonder how like Pyros's neighbors feel about this soldier like showing up.
Oh, I know what it is. There is... So, Pyros, when you get back to your apartment, the door is open and there is... there is the soldier that was with the Mother of Mercy inside.
From before.
Yeah, and he's like looking around. And like I think he's got one of your statues in his hand and is like looking at it. And yeah, and like he sees you arrive and he's like Pyros. I didn't expect you to be out. You're, you know, and like gestures to your leg. You know, I understood that you were a bit of a homebody.
Well, it pains me, but some days take the air, walk about. What can I do for you, sir?
Yeah, and he like tosses the statue and it like flips in the air and he catches it. And he's like, yes, we were just, I was wondering if you had any further information about that woman that was around here. We're having trouble. The mother has said that she's having trouble finding them, and we're very worried about the children. And just outside somewhere, you just hear a child laughing.
Yeah, the like splash and the laugh.
Yeah, and like he kind of like cocks his head a little, as like, huh.
And so, of course, I have to like keep talking to keep him off of that.
Yeah.
But Pyrrhus tries
Is
very hard not to sound shrill in his like, or like too eager.
Yeah.
And just like very calmly, but like it's clear to the audience that there's some like strain in his voice. He just says, "No, haven't seen them. You know how these immigrant families are. Transient, short-lived."
Do you feel like you're like building a fiction or avoiding his like
I feel like I'm deflecting him.
Yeah, that seems like avoiding.
Yeah. It's not a matter of like, I'm not telling him something new. I'm not making up a thing. I'm being like falling back on shitty, bigoted views.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like the obstacle here is 3 because of the laughter.
Is Risa there?
That was what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, like is Rise there?
Yeah, is Rise.
So let's flash back to mere moments before. As soon as Pyrrhus saw that his door was open and caught like, could just see like the edge of this guy's cloak or whatever, he was just like, "Run along now. I don't need you here." And this is like in the hall, down at the end of the hall, and like Pyrrhus has spied this problem and is trying to shelter Risa from it.
Mm-hmm.
Is Rise going to listen to that? Yeah, I think they have enough of that kind of relationship that, Risa's just like, when you're like, okay, you need to go.
Yeah, like there's none of the jokey, like, shit banter. It's just like deadpan, cold, like very perfunctory, just, all right, now you're leaving. And then he like, and then all that stuff happens. And so, I'm just trying to deflect this guy to see what he wants to see, which is just that, of course, these people aren't,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cool. 3 avoid to maintain this illusion of them not being here.
And I'm gonna do some airbending to make the wind blow my window shut.
Yes. Cool.
Like as this is happening, like a breeze.
What's the verbal and somatic, right? Like, how do you hide that? Because you're not supposed to be bending. It's a very subtle. It's a very subtle thing. And I think it's like as he's turned away that I do it as well, because he listens.
Right, and so again, it's the like there's like the cough to cover, but he like sweeps his hand and there's this little like breeze that slips through. Yeah. And the window kind of like clatters shut. Like there was like a stick holding it open. Yeah, and it falls down. Slips and the thing closes. Yeah, and it's one of those windows that just like tilts open. Yeah, and it looks like something just like happened, and so like that's what jogged him out of like being like, at the noise. Yeah, exactly. And I'm like coughing. Yeah. You know how those transient migrants are? Probably just left, died, whatever. Yeah. Typical. And so 3 air dice bending. I got 3 successes. Goddamn, on an avoid. I guess self dice are pretty good at avoid. They're not awful at it, no. 4 chances, so like a 1 and 3 on each of them. Basically, I'm just very bad at this. Yes, you are. Well, I mean, I've got 3 air dice, but I'll roll 2 earth dice as well. I'll roll 2 earth dice as well. I think those are going to do the best job. Yep, that's a good one. Yeah, fuck it. And we're doing avoid. Good luck to me. Well, I'm very successful because I bent all my air dice, but I lose 2 of them. Yeah, but like, wow, nicely done. Yeah, he's like, and I think he's like, honestly, I think it's probably for the best if they've, moved on in whatever sense of the word. And it's like
the mothers were so worried about that child. But honestly, even if the child could be a citizen, we probably don't need to. I don't think the citizenry should be being polluted by that sort of kind.
Plenty enough already, and yes, best not to worry those sentimental women.
Yeah.
And yeah, Pyrrhus is like nodding and just like soothing platitudesing this guy. I'm just like, yes, you're absolutely right.
He tosses the little statuette again, and it's like, this is fine work. Have you ever considered? And he just kind of looks at it a little, and he's like, have you ever considered selling any of these? I wouldn't mind having one of myself. You could sculpt them in the market. He's like, where are your tools? Like,
left them back at the monument last time I was there doing some repairs. But
of course. He's like, yes, you've.
I could make one of you.
Yeah, and he's like, you could. Well, I would pay coin for it, certainly. It's a very
much more handsome than that one.
He's like, I think I remember this fellow. He was a bit of a bastard.
Oh yes, Tripides of the Fourth Company, always gambling.
Drunk and something a goat.
So the rumors say.
Yeah.
Says Pyrrhus, like nodding. It's that was one of his friends, and that never happened, and he hates this guy for saying it. He's just like, just choke it down.
I think if you're okay with this, Andrew, I think the air bending, was clearly a breeze comes up from below and just pushes all that foul air up to where your apartment is.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, to like drive this guy.
And so it's like, I really should be going.
I mean,
like the smell is getting bad because the window's closed.
He drops it onto the table and is like, he's like, well, if you'd like to come and sculpt me, I'd be honored, and I would certainly, I'd certainly pay coin.
And Pyrrhus like nods. I mostly do them from memory. Maybe I'll have one for you. I'll see you again, I'm sure.
Memory. Goodness, that's amazing. He's like, they always say when you lose one sense or limb or whatever, that you always develop something new to replace it. I'm very fascinated. He's like, I'm some interest in medicine myself. He's like, and given that.
Smell.
Yeah, right? He's like, given that, oh goodness, it's good that the children aren't here with this malaise. I'm sure that it's probably making anyone who isn't as strong as yourself quite ill. And like, yeah, you can see he's gone like pale green. But yeah.
Yeah, and Pyrrhus just like nods and at this point isn't saying anything, and it's just kind of giving him the stone wall of just like, now it's time for you to go. I'm not responding to you anymore. I'm waiting outside of my apartment for you to leave it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he puts his coat back on because he's probably taken his coat off in your house, because he's that asshole. And yeah, he's like, he puts his coat back on and is like, well, yes, I'm down on Riverview. Otherwise I can come back. You could bring it to me. I'll pay a delivery.
Maybe that would be best.
Yeah. And he's like, good, excellent. Well, thank you so much for your help. I'll put that in my report. And he whips out a little pad and like, I think we see over his shoulder him just writes probably dead on the notepad.
I kind of love the idea that maybe there's like a little checkbox on the thing. It's like probably found dead. Probably dead, check, right?
Yeah, exactly. He scurries out the door, and makes his way off. But yeah, gosh. Yeah. So, Rice.
Haven't been found out by the cops yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Rice, where did you get to?
It's a good idea. I wonder I feel like Rice may have just like idled outside the building for a while, like just trying to keep themselves out of anything before they could go up and talk to Pyros.
I think there are two children coming towards you in your very fancy clothes with like tannery mud on there. It's like
Oh, no.
like deep like browny purple, browny red, and they're like what I think one of them yells, "A soldier, get him!" And like they like run towards you.
Oh no!
Oh no! Excellent tannery juice. Yeah. So I think. I mean, is this while that conversation is going on, or can I just?
I think it's just
run
before he's
upstairs?
going to come down, right? Like, if they're out chasing you when he comes down the stairs, he's going to see them.
Oh.
Yeah, this is another problem to be solved.
Hi, I'm your asshole.
Okay, so. Yeah.
He's like, you're not here to kill us, right?
So
No,
can
I'm
I
gonna have children
run?
abducted.
Can I essentially run in the opposite direction from where he would be going,
Yes.
like to kind of get them to
Yes. Do you want to roll
follow
avoid?
me?
I think it's only 2
Yeah.
for avoid because they're children.
It's like avoid all around. Avoid him, avoid them.
Actually, no, they're gonna. Yeah, it's 3 required to not have him see and not have them get their hands on you. That's 2 factors.
Okay.
Okay, Chorus, help out with air. Everybody. I love when chat like explodes just before dice
Yeah.
are rolled.
Yeah, it's like
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good. We're good. We got air on deck.
What else is good for avoid?
Earth is not terrible, I think.
Earth is 50-50.
Yeah,
on
Earth is
avoid.
50-50 for most things, as a rule. Whereas doing the thing that is aligned with it tends to be about 75.
Okay.
Self is about 50-50 as well.
I don't have any dice in self.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just under half
Yeah.
of the results that work
Yeah.
for some.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I think it's half. I think it's 6 and.
Or no, is it 6? 2?
Again,
Yeah, it is.
like, are you bending
Got
Earth
it.
and air in public?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I mean, like, again, you could almost pass as citizens, so like,
I think it.
Yeah.
Oh, did it?
And in this case, it's like.
I'm just wondering if it did the thing where it was like rolling all the dice. Like I don't think you put. I mean, you got enough successes no matter what.
yeah, no,
But-
that looks right to me. Rolled.
Oh, for some reason it rolled the Earth twice.
It rolled the earth and the air. It rolled the earth and then the air and then the earth bending and the air bending.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. If you were bending them,
yeah.
yeah.
But
I was bending the Earth and I was bending to air.
oh, okay.
Did you
Yeah, then it,
Which is what you've got
You know.
there.
yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't realize you'd split it.
just to clarify something, to double check that you're doing this, for the sheet, if you want to bend dice, you leave 0 in the roll section.
I see.
Just-
Yeah.
Okay. That's
You
what I
don't-
was doing.
It's
Okay,
not a
so-
qualifier on the total you're rolling, it's
Yeah.
a separate.
Yeah.
I see now.
Yeah. How
Okay, I
many
was just
regular and
being
how many?
silly.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you were
I'll
just,
just-
bending the earth and air, because you'd still get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd still get it, and I'll just take the losses
And
anyways.
I think you just lose the 1 air then, because only one of those was.
Oh, just the 1 air?
Yeah. If you're bending 1 earth and 2
No,
air.
I'd be losing 2 air.
Yeah.
I'd be losing 2 air.
No, you wouldn't. The first one
Yeah.
is 6 and 8. The second one is 8 and 3. So 8.
Yeah,
so
I'd
the
lose
3 is
that
the-
one.
The 3 is the fail.
Right.
Oh, and were you also doing something other than bending the air?
And 2 non-bent air.
Oh, okay. In which case, then yeah, you lose 2. Yep. Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. I think.
So- In terms of bending,
Yes.
I think the earthbending is like the mud dries on the kid's hands. Like, so like what was like wet, sticky, gross stuff, it just like dries to their hands. And then and then the airbending is just like a gust of wind behind me to get me going faster away from these kids.
Cool. And I think we get
love
like,
the idea that when
of like the guy walking down the stairs, looking around, and then like walking off, and you like running past behind him without him seeing. Like that's gotta happen.
Yeah,
like
I love the idea that they finally get their hands on you and they like touch you, and then
and it's just
being all muddy. It's just like dirt, and you can like just brush it off, and it's like it's fine, you know.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So like you see him disappear, and they're like, and they like, I think they like grab a hold of your legs, and they're like, and they're like, yay, we caught a prisoner. And they're like, you're our prisoner now, you're not allowed to go anywhere, and they're like, you stay here in the prison. And then they walk off.
These kids are just making up rules and playing pretend. What kind of nonsense is this? Who does this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think there's like a lot of and they're both like grabbing onto my legs, and I just walk with them on my legs.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, dude,
they're grabbing on my legs, like lift them up.
Yeah, and they're like, no, you can't do that. You're a prisoner. And they're like, yeah. But at the same, but like one of them forgets that you're supposed to be a prisoner and starts laughing at like the fact that they're being pulled along on legs.
Yeah.
Yep. So do you head up to Pyros then? Like, do you show up at Pyros's door with children on your legs?
Yeah. I mean, I assume I also know that the children live around here.
Yes, I assume. Why?
Right, you've been here.
Been here a lot, so yeah.
I've been around.
Yep. So yeah, Pyros, there is a rice with kids on their legs. Here, child pants.
And so Pyros is done like double checking that nothing like incriminating or bad was disturbed by the soldier, right? Like he just has to paranoidally double check that everything is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just finished doing that.
Yeah, apart from the fact that he kind of like tossed the statue like roughly onto the table. And so
I think
he's still
you're
like
probably like just clasping the chest that your sword is in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly, because he checked to make sure that nothing had been moved in it. And he like hauls himself to his feet and comes to the door and like looks down at the two kids.
They look up and they're like, oh no! One of them totally looks up and is like, oh, the half man. And the other one's like, shh, Mum said you can't say that or he'll curse you. And yeah.
Can we
don't want to get cursed
for that?
Yes, we can flip a coin for half man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
too
pretty.
sad to not flip a coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
yeah,
sad.
I know, right? Like.
And so Pyros just like leans down very close and like so that he's like looming over them and just says, "That's right. I will curse you. Go back to your mother. Stay inside."
As soon as you say "I will curse you," they both throw their hands up and start screaming and run away. I've now realized I'm picturing these two kids as the twins from The Witch.
This can only end well in that case. But yeah, he just like Pyros just scares them off.
Yeah.
And then looks at Risa. He didn't see them, did he? The soldier.
Oh, no.
Good. Well, sit down. And like Pyros is like he slumps down into his chair because he's tired.
Yeah, I think like Rise sits down like in a kind of like definitely like too macho way and is like, yes,
I will sit manly in this chair.
Yeah.
Do you Riker it, or you flip your leg over the back instead of sitting down normally?
I think Pyrrhus is on his little cot, so you can sit on his chair.
Yeah.
And he just like kind of wrinkles his nose and just says, like, you're really overdoing it. Jackalopes like you always overplay it. Confidence is a quiet thing, like me. And he's like, slumped on his shitty cot, and like it's kind of sweaty, and it's not a glamorous image of masculinity. But yeah, that's what he says.
Seemed to work before at the market.
Yeah, that man didn't have a spine. These others, they're going to be a little more trouble. And you have a temper. Always doing stupid things. You need to keep that buttoned up. You're going to ruin Shawty's chances of doing whatever she's doing there.
She invited me. Just a guest.
She knows that it helps her chances to have, and he like reaches over and he like is holding his crutch. He's like, you're just one of these for her and her chances. All right. So that's what you need to act like. You're not the star of the show.
Oh, I'm sure I won't be what stands out there.
And Pyrrhus just actually laughs at you. Won't stand out. God, must be kidding.
What? I've got a full day now. Not even a question. I've even bent in public twice.
Still don't have an armband. Still don't look like a citizen.
Don't look like a citizen. And yeah, they just gesture to like what they're wearing.
There's one piece that matters. And they'll find anything they can to cut you down. So you need to find one. What are citizen armbands made of?
I'm picturing them as like gold Viking arm rings.
Yeah, like a little torque.
Yeah.
Yeah, like brass or gold or something like that.
You need to steal one, or you need to make one. If you bring me the materials, I could make one. I'm handy with stone and steel alike. You steal one, make sure the bastard's dead and hidden. That's the only way. And he just like kind of nods to himself, like, yes, I am right in everything. I've figured this out.
Fuck. Well, there's a good bit of time before the party. I think I'll be able to find something.
Well, if you do, you need some help with it, just bring it to me. I'll take care of it.
Would you be amenable to me keeping these clothes after?
Yeah, he like chews on this one for a minute and is like looking you up and down, and, like, nodding his head back and forth a little. Oh, I guess you can keep them. I'm never gonna wear them. Can't fill them out the way I used to. And he kind of like wiggles his stump.
Yeah.
Hardly fitting.
Well.
And he's doing that like sad 1,000-yard stare thing.
Yeah.
Seems a little checked out after saying that.
Yeah. I think I probably like would the bust of Shoddy be out? Because I know you hit it when we came over the night before, but
I think maybe he's forgotten to, and it's like it's not prominently displayed, but it's visible in the room. It's probably like turned away, so you can see like
it's like on the desk.
Yeah,
because you're working on it. Yeah, I think Rise like puts their hand on it, turns it around like to face us, and just says, "It's a good likeness, although." Around here, her nose isn't quite like that.
And it like snaps Pyrrhus out of his reverie, and then he like visibly cringes because you have found this thing that he doesn't want anyone to see. Just like, what do you know, anyways? Yeah. Not an artist, not a sculptor.
I live with her.
That's what her face looks like, and it's clear that it's like a slightly idealized like version of her face.
Right.
Yeah,
and I'm like, her nose doesn't do this. I know because I powder her nose.
Oh,
that's what she looked like when she was younger. He says, revealing way too much of his hand, and then he realizes it after saying it, but he said it because he was angry and just like. He has this habit.
So this. Yeah, like maybe it is clearly shoddy, but it's the things that I'm critiquing about it are just the fact that it's actually younger shoddy.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Like she looks a little different now. Mm-hmm. She's like 15 years older or something, or 20 years older.
Yeah.
And it's like he loses his temper a little at you.
I didn't know you'd known her that long. Yeah.
She probably doesn't remember. And he just like shrugs. Not a lot of people take notice, especially not these days. I was never handsome like you, young jackalope. The other thing you'll be worrying about at this party is chasing the women away from you. You're meant to be married. No, keep your hands to yourself.
I've seen how the men act. And if anything, it'll be better for me to not keep my hands.
It's clear that Pyrrhus doesn't approve of the behavior of men in this era.
Yeah.
As a more old-fashioned view of how they should behave, where they are much more polite.
Yeah, because previously, like, the thing of, like, women being property was probably more strict, right? So, like, touching another man's woman was probably...
And, like, couched in, like, a stately kind of notion of propriety, whereas now some of that has gone away.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, it wasn't like women aren't people, it's just that they're also property. Like, women can be owned.
Yeah, so they're either owned by their father or they're owned by their husband.
And whereas now it's more like, no, all men are free to touch whichever women they like.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And so, Pyrrhus is just, like, shaking his head and frowning.
Yeah.
Whatever. I can't stop you. Can't make you do anything. You never listen to me anyways. Makes me wonder why you even bother coming here. And in fact, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should stay away. It's clear that his pride has been wounded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who will bring you your food?
I'll just go back to eating rocks like I used to, he says, and he starts like he's already getting back into like the jokey. And he kind of has a little chuckle.
And please, I know you enjoy my company.
It's a little... Never mind. And his inner monologue is that it's weird seeing you wearing his clothes.
Yeah.
Like being this, And he just kind of...
Yeah. I think it's a little... And right, so like reaches back and like unties whatever's holding their hair up, because one of my armaments is actually long flowing hair.
Right. So you let your hair back down.
Yeah, and lets the hair down.
You know,
and like probably Like,
he asked me to make a sculpture of him. Soldier. Said he'd pay me money. What do you think? And he like holds up his latest, as he always does, right? He like shows you his latest work. Like, never mind the one of Shoddy. What about this one? And like plops it in front of you. What does this one make you feel? And he's like watching you. Yeah, it's like another soldier, and he's like watching your face because he always, as he always does, to like see how you react and what this means. And I think we can like move on to something else. Like they're just going back to.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to actually.
My attempt is to say that there's some normalcy between them again.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to close for today, actually, because then we can.
We can do the big party next time.
Do the party next time.
Yeah, I think I was just saying, like, I feel like it's a big enough event. I have meanwhile been making a shoddy Pinterest board for this, just for this dress. I have found a blue and gold head scarf that I really, really like, and also a black and red, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm throwing them all on the Pinterest boards.
I mean, you're gonna have to tweet like screenshots or the Pinterest board or whatever. Like, you're gonna have to share it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll be good to come in on the party next time. The other thing is that I want to try not doing the questions, the end of session questions at the end of the session, but rather doing them as part of the recap next time.
Sounds good.
Because then those questions will force us to like recap.
I think that's really smart for
Yeah,
and we don't need that. It's not like games where you get XP and you need to spend the XP to do things or whatnot. There's no benefit to us to having the momentum between sessions. So
exactly. Yep. Cool. Well then, we might wrap up. Should we do some shout outs? Andrew, would you like to start?
That's me. I'm Andrew, aka @CommuteandCrow on Twitter, aka twitch.tv/actualfactual. Also the maker of Girl by Moonlight, a Forged in the Dark game about tragic magical girls, a playtest for which will be happening tomorrow from 2 to 6 Pacific, featuring Luke, who is normally on this channel, Gran, and my friend Daniel Wood, who is the primary editor for Monster Hearts and Monster Hearts 2nd Edition. So you can check that out on my channel. And then on Ash's channel tomorrow, I will also be playing a cool game.
Yeah,
I'll let her talk about it.
Gonna play some Between Dreams. I was gonna say before the thing about like when you were saying like she probably doesn't remember. I was like, Take the Distance has no memory of me.
That's very. We're kind of entering into some of your other games space here, which I actually really like. So
Anya.
Hi, I'm Anya. I work heaters. I don't do anything.
You're real pretty, and you play role playing games.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's plenty enough. Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. You can find me at Sean Inner pretty much everywhere. And when I'm not hanging out here with these rad people, I'm streaming over on Actual Play. And this week coming up, Monday we've got Agon's 2nd Edition playtest. On Thursday we've got a game of Girl by Moonlight that features Andrew as well. On Friday we're doing Burning Wheel, and on Sunday we're doing Sync. And I say all those things because that is an insane amount of games in 1 week. I just realized I'm playing. What am I thinking? This is mad.
That's a lot.
What am I doing? But
I'm so keen for the Sync playtest. I'm so keen.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it too.
Yeah.
Kira is going to be jamming for us, and thank you, by the way, Ash, for making the character sheet for that. That's fantastic.
All right.
So we have
Luge. We're just wrapping up. Oh, I'm sorry. That's all right. That's okay.
Hey all.
Hi, lovely people. Fuck it.
Hello.
I'm gonna tap out of this and we'll play some CUD because the person I was expecting to come around is not here, so we will do that straight after. How's that sound? Yeah? Cool.
Sounds good to me.
We've been playing The Republic. and I've been your GM.
And it has been awesome.
It has been awesome. I was saying earlier, like I was just getting so excited seeing the game getting like really, really like working really well. So that's that's really exciting to see. So if you want to check out the Republic, therepublic.machinespirit.net is where you can find it, because it's in early access. So yeah. Cool. Well, it's been so lovely playing with you and making it sad, and I'll catch you all later.